It seems really easy.
It is. It's fabulous. Here we are. We're live. So hello, Renata. It's so good to see you.
I miss
Hello to everyone watching across Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever you may be coming. Well, we're coming to you on, not the other way around. But anyway, so I got a special guest with me today. So over to you, lady. Introduce yourself and who you are and what you do, and then we'll talk about why we're talking today.
Okay, hi, hello everyone. I'm Renata Bernade. I'm a job hunting expert. I have a podcast called the Job Hunting Podcast, and I teach executives how to find a new job, how to go from one job to another without burning any bridges, without the overwhelm or feeling stressed about it. So that's my thing.
You are the job hunting expert, I know. And so the reason we're having a chat today is because we're going to be having, well, I'm not going to do much on Thursday. You're going to be running a masterclass because you are one of our residents in Expert over at A Career That Soars, which is the global platform for women across the globe, ambitious businesswomen. And every month we have, for our premium members, a number of different activities that they can dip into. And this month, because Renata's one of our experts in residence, we've asked her to run something that's really important for a lot of our members. And certainly I know it's important for me because I work across the globe, literally sitting on my bottom. But many of us are working now from home. And for those of us in Australia, and in Sydney and Melbourne, who are currently in lockdown, and Adelaide to a degree, we are still traversing that territory between the office and home. But for many of us, it is actually always that way, irrespective of the pandemic. So, Renata, we've asked you to have a talk to our members. Well, run one of your signature masterclasses around. Well, I've labelled this "How to Look Good on Zoom," but it's not how to look. Well, it is, but it's not a lighting and makeup tutorial. And for those people going, has she lost her mind? No, but you're going to run something for us on Thursday, aren't you? Do you want to tell us what it's all about?
Yes, I do. No, it would be off-brand for you to do a masterclass like that. So
It would be a bit, yes, a little bit, yeah.
But first of all, I love A Career That Soars. In fact, I don't know if you know this, but I was listening to one of the previous presentations a couple of months ago with this wonderful woman on the platform, Peter Sitchett.
Oh, yes. So Peter is, yes, and she has navigated how to burn out and opt back in. That was the conversation we had, yeah.
Really, I love her book. Have you read it?
Yes. I devoured it in a weekend.
How good is her book? So that's how good this platform is, right? It gives you access to amazing women, and I'm so happy that you, Michelle, and Susan have put it together. So thank you for having me once again. I think it's the second time I speak. I spoke a few months ago.
Well, it is. Well, I do have to give a shout out because you were our inaugural. So one of the things that I do every month is I host a session called Career Q&A, and it is quite literally taking one of our members and peppering her with questions about her career. Now, you were the inaugural Career Q&A guest because you and I had a conversation probably about in fact, it was longer ago because we've known each other for a little while now. And I said, I really want people to learn. I want our members to learn from you. And that's how Career Q&A, and I remember saying to you, it'll just be like a Q&A about your career. And I thought, Career Q&A. Yeah, okay. And it's become that. So you were the inaugural guest for one of our monthly sessions. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So, of course, executive presence is now online, virtually, is a really big deal. Because I don't know if people have realized it, but this is it. This is how life is going to be. You know, this cliche that 2020 has accelerated pre-existing trends is absolutely true. We have been trying to get to this. Be careful what we wish for, people, because we wanted to have flexibility and work from home and not having to commute to work. We got it in a very strange way, didn't we? Like this is This was not what we expected. But the pandemic has really accelerated that trend. Before 2020, 5% of Americans were working from home. Now it's about 60% of Americans working from home.
Wow.
Imagine that. It is I mean, we can extrapolate that, executives working in every country will be having a similar experience. But that's the data that's coming from the US. According Bernard Salt, who is in
Oh,
Australia.
yes. He's a
Yeah,
demographer. I love his stuff.
and then I will mention him in the executive presence masterclass we're doing on Thursday, Michelle, because around this time last year, he wrote a short article in the Saturday newspapers, as he always does, talking about your your home office broadcasting operations, I think it stands for.
Something like
And
that.
something like that. And it was Jacinta Whelan, a search partner at Watermark, that told me, have you heard what, Bernard called, he's famous for his avocado on toast.
I was going to say, the poor man, he's been doing such brilliant work for such a long time. Well, not the poor man, but then he wrote a column about millennials and eating their avocado smash, and they won't ever buy a home, and it went literally viral, and he became known as the avocado smash man.
Yeah, the hobo didn't go viral, but it should have gone viral, frankly, because it's absolutely what we're going for now. I'm talking to you and I have two screens. I've invested in a better monitor for my birthday in January because it has eye care technology, so it's taking better care of my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I have a light in front of me. I have an IKEA light next to me that costs $10 to $50. You can buy a great light. And I have my personality behind me.
You do. And for those of you who normally watch me, you would know they'll go, hang on, that beautiful, beautiful painting by an Aboriginal woman behind me is not there. But it's because I'm in my other hobo down by the sea in regional Victoria, and I'm in the process before Thursday of setting up my hobo, but I literally arrived last night. So yes, Renata, you have inspired me, and it is, so we're going to talk about some of the very simple tools that don't have to cost the earth to set up that broadcast office or broadcast environment, aren't we?
Yeah, now we are going to be very practical and pragmatic about this. We're not going to go into, the policies and, what employers want and what employees want. No, this is it. You are at home, you're working from home, or you're looking for work, and how do you better present yourself and prepare yourself for those interactions? Because what recruiters were telling me was that people that present really well face-to-face in a sort of an event or a boardroom environment or an interview, that was not translating well to the virtual environment.
Yeah.
And they didn't know how to explain that to the job candidate, because I work with recruiters and I work with candidates going through transition. So this executive presence online came about from that need that the recruiters were having, and that's how I started doing the masterclass in the first place. And I can see why. It's a different way of interacting, but you have to remember some of the important things from the face-to-face presential kind of interactions, body language and all of that. And remember that you're now kind of in a two-dimensional
exactly
environment. And look, what you mentioned before, and you joked about it looking pretty on Zoom. Look, the fact that I put some effort into my background means that if I'm not feeling like I want to look pretty, it's okay, because there's enough distractions behind me.
I'm sorry, as I've just broken one of the rules, which is not having my other devices on mute. But anyway, hey, and I think, Renata, one of the things that we're really going to tease out is there are so there's the people that, so this is for the women who are members of a career that soars. Now, if you're not a member and you want to be, just DM me and I'll sort that out for you. But we want our women who are going for jobs, so they're job hunting or recruiting, because I think the hiring manager, there's such a focus on candidate experience now and being able to give a candidate a really good experience. And you and I both know that when we go for a job, we're interviewing the company as much as they're interviewing us. So it's for hiring managers as well. Who else is it for? Who else can benefit from this masterclass?
People that are leading from home, people that have teams and projects that they are responsible for, people that need to do presentations, people that need to tell a compelling story, and they want to be taken seriously. They want to continue to present well.
Yep.
And also, I also give a lot of different ideas of how you can build culture from a distance.
Excellent.
And the sort of environment. So one thing I mentioned is that you get some of the cues from your face-to-face in the office kind of presence and try to see how that can be replicated online. So that's one thing that's important. And the second thing is, what does the online environment have that you haven't been able to access before? I don't want to give too much away.
No.
There's some things that I tell people they can do with Zoom and with Slack and stuff like that they haven't thought about. Like, I never thought about doing this. And it's such a great idea. So,
and I certainly know from my perspective, because I work around creating workplace gender equality, inclusion, diversity, really making all people feel like they can reach their full potential. There are some terrific ways to engage the greatness in others that we maybe don't have in real life, as I call it. So I think that'll be really interesting as well. Hey. So we are going to be live at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is morning for very early for Asia and Western Australia, morning obviously for the East Coast, still morning for New Zealand, and afternoon/evening for our US friends. For our folks who are in the EU, the UK and the EU, we do record all of our masterclasses for our premium members. So I know that it's really difficult managing time zones, but if you're in the EU time zone, you can watch it on catch up. So careerthatsoars.com is where you can find Renata and I, and go to the events section, but you must be a premium member. Now, I've got to say, our premium membership is $145 a year. It's a subscription model, and you get bucket loads of content. Go to careerthatsoars.com and you can see us and thousands of other women and basically have a career that soars. So Renata, I look forward to seeing you on Thursday morning. And you can never teach an old dog too many new tricks. So I'm going to be there with my notepad, and I'll be learning as well, because I do learn something every time that you and I are together.
Well, I learn every time too. It's not like because I'm delivering the masterclass that I don't learn. I love the interaction. I love the chat, that happens when I'm talking to people, and that's how I learn, and that's how I put things together for the future.
Terrific.
So,
awesome. All right, well, I'm going to end the broadcast because we've gone on for, nearly 15 minutes, as we do. So see you in a career that soars, folks, and look forward to seeing you at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday morning with Renata. Thanks, folks. Bye.
Bye, everyone.